Do it. All right. Welcome, everybody. I think what we'll do is just give a couple seconds here since everybody has to kind of find their way to this event through clicking through Twitter. There's no exact link to join. So we'll give people a few minutes to join. And we'll also drop an announcement here on Discord as well. And while we're doing that, why don't we actually just cut through a couple of these intro slides. I'm just going to jump through our agenda really quickly, and then we can do a quick round of introductions while people join. So as mentioned in the original announcement, we're going to have some dev updates from our DevRel team. We've got John here. We'll also have a bunch of product insights, campaign insights from Mario, who's one of our PMs. In addition, I'll be sharing some campaign updates. And then we've got a update and some insights here from VS and Biggie from the Puff community. So super excited to hear from those guys. And then finally, we'll have the Mantle Swag Design Challenge winner announcement. So if you are one of the designers, this is going to be a big moment if you guys are selected as one of those winners. And then we'll try to have some open discussion here at the end. We've got our general channel on Discord, but also here on Twitter, you should see a chat box. We'll be going through and collecting questions throughout the event. And if we have some time at the end, we'll answer as many of those as possible. And quick update here on Questin. So we've got an NFT as usual. We're just sticking with this retro vibe mixed with all of the guests from the space. So on the right-hand side, you can see the NFT that you can claim this month on Questin. Let me pop up the QR code for anybody who's looking to go and mint that. All right, and why don't we do just a quick round of intros? We can keep these super short, just who you are and what you do at whichever respective project you work with. So we can start with VS, go to Biggie, and then go down the list here on the right from Sean on down.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for being here. Thank you, Brian, for hosting us. My name is VS, aka Google Gaga, in the Puff Discord. I'm head of the community under Yordi, and I'm very proud and pleased to be here today with all of you and talk about Puff.
Hello, all. My name is Biggie. I am part of the Puff team as an OG member of the team, or some may be more familiar with the term community manager, working alongside the community and with VS helping support the Puff project and community.
Hey everyone, GM, Sean here, more commonly known as Rise on Twitter. I lead NFTs and culture here at Mantle, mainly looking at social apps and consumer crypto. Happy to be revealing the winners for Mantle Swag Design Challenge later. Stay tuned.
Yeah, hi everyone. This is Mario. I'm a product manager here at Mantle. I'm working on a couple of products. One of them is Mantle LSP. I'm at Mantle, or even before Mantle, so more than 2 years now. You could call me an OG Mantle guy. Helped launch the chain and everything. So yeah, happy to be here and answer some questions.
Hello everyone. My name is John. I'm a DevRel at Mantle. I'm not as OG as El Brian or Mario, but I've been here for around 1.5 years or something, 1.5 years. Yeah, my role is ensure and do what I can to help and support developers on Mantle. I'll be sharing some educational stuff we do at Mantle, something we've been cooking. Yeah, stay tuned for that as well.
And just quickly, I'm the community manager, community lead, community guy at Mantle, working on building just general community initiatives. You can always find me in Discord, Twitter, Telegram. Happy to answer any of your questions about my journey if you'd like to find me over there. All right, and I already see a handful of folks in our chat on Twitter. Just want to say if the chat is unusual to you, it's a little unusual to us as well, because we typically host these on Discord. So if you do want to join us on Discord to drop all the regular stickers, GIFs, emojis, all that stuff, please do feel free to join us over there. All right, without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Mario to give us an introduction to Cook and take us down the product updates.
Yeah, cool. Okay, let's start with Cook. I hope everybody is aware of the new governance token that we are cooking. Similar to the MNT token, which governs Mantle network and all the products, we plan to set up a new token, which is called Cook, of course. And the main ideas behind it is to govern the whole Mantle LSP product line. Not only the MEF token, but the CMEF token which is coming up, right? And the main idea is just to help streamline decisions across the board and give a voice to all of the community participants who support Mantle LSP and all its tokens. And yeah, just give them some more voice across the board. Next slide, please. So right now we have two campaigns going. Actually, a couple of campaigns going on. One of them is season 1 Metamorphosis, right? And as you know, the campaign is 100. It's taking 100 days. So I think we're nearly 30 days in, and for that campaign we are allocating 5% of the total supply of the Cook token. Basically, if you're participating in this campaign, you're getting powder tokens, and this powder will then be redeemed for Cook tokens depending of the amount that powder that is generated, right? All the rules regarding this campaign can be found on our Mantle LSP page, and if you go to the Metamorphosis campaign. Besides that, maybe I'll talk about Mantle Reward Station in a second, but because there's some more slides. But 5% of the total allocation will be also distributed to the Puff project, and specifically additionally to that, 1% to Puff NFT holders. And as you can imagine, this is not 100% of the allocation. So we plan to definitely to do some more campaigns in order to grow the ecosystem, engage more users, and make it a fair distribution, I would say. Yeah, when season 2? Good question. Nobody knows. Next slide, please. Another part of this is also that we want to, besides making it a fair launch, we also learned from other projects that distributing all tokens at once imposes like a critical risk for the system, and it also discourages encourages basically people to jump from one project to the other, which we don't want to do. We want to create an environment where all products can grow, and basically our partners can grow with us, right? So we plan to incentivize, which we're already doing, right? Like putting MEF and then in the future CMEF into DeFi apps, especially on Mantle and Ethereum. So we want to have a fair distribution of those tokens, as you can see here. So for example, for Metamorphosis, 2.5% of the total supply will be released on token generation event, then after 3 and 6 months, right? And the numbers are shown for others. We also released a blog post, I think even just today, so you can take a look at that and follow through the vesting schedule. Next slide, please. Yeah, and just a quick slide regarding our token family. Of course, MEF, which is right now at around 500,000 token supply. We hope that a lot of that will be converted into CMEF, and would just generate more rewards, right? Restaking rewards for the users. And Powder, which is right now the token that you're getting rewarded, for the Metamorphosis campaign will be then converted into the Cook governance token from Mantle LSP. So basically, at the end of the Cook campaign, you will have, the Metamorphosis campaign, we will have 3 tokens: METH, CMETH, and the Cook governance token. Next slide. And then just some updates regarding the LSP product line. I think before the last Townhall, Metamorphosis was not released. So just mentioning here, as you can see, right, we're nearly, or actually over 3 days in. The website has been up, the application has been updated all the time. Some of the updates, or the protocol as well. So some of the updates are, adding new partner protocols like OkuTrade, Fuel, Vertex, Izumi, Clio, and Gravita. If you go to the Metamorphosis page and then learn on how to earn, basically, go to the how to earn page, you have all the details there regarding how much powder you get for how much for what you're actually doing, right? So go just there and check it out. Next slide. We also launch a referral board. This is just for you to see where you are regarding your referrals. Basically, it's worth noting that referring gives you a lot of benefits, a lot of more powder. So just go to the dashboards, create your referral link, or just copy it without editing and share with your friends. And once they put METH into DeFi or onto Mantle layer 2, you will get rewarded with powder, and you will get some percentage of that as well. So just feels like a win-win for everyone, right? Next one. And for other updates that are coming up, we plan to do a quest campaign, which is basically giving you another way to earn Cook by taking some actions across our quest platforms, Galaxy and others. So this is just coming up. Cannot share any details, but maybe Brian can later on. Next one. And the other one is Mantle Reward Station. As said, there are nearly 200 million Cook to share, which is I think the 4%, right? And how you can get them is by locking MNT into the contract. Next slide. Yeah, basically we updated I think I shared a bit last time, but we updated the Mantle Reward Station, which means the functionality was changed here. You have to update and move your MNT from contract 1 to contract 2, which is a very simple step-by-step guide on the application itself. The new features just allow you to get more Cook tokens for locking your tokens longer, right? So for example, if I have 100 MNT tokens and I lock them for 300 days, my MNT power gets increased by three times, right? So my actually leverage is 3 times. So my 100 MNT gives me 300 MNT power, which is then taken into account into the total distribution of the Cook tokens. This campaign, the Cook campaign, has also been launched. So just feel free to join and stake more ETH and get more rewards. And I think that's all for now.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mario. If anybody's new to the Metamorphosis campaign, there is a QR code in the upper left-hand corner, but you can also find it by checking out our Twitter pretty easily. And of course, if you have any questions about how to take part in that campaign or have any issues throughout the campaign, do join us on Discord where we can give you a hand and also share strategies and such for farming powder. But just a quick update here on the Metamorphosis meme cook-off challenge. So we've run this for a couple weeks now. We had an extension, but tomorrow is the last day to submit. So please do get in your memes and stickers by tomorrow. There have been a ridiculous amount of good ones. I'll share a few here in a minute, but yeah, just totally blown away, especially by the stickers. I think the stickers are my favorite part. But you can see the prize breakdown here. We've got 5 winners for meme videos, pretty big prize there. Also Telegram stickers, we've got 5 winners. And then meme images and GIFs, we have 25 winners. And then we've also got a handful of regional contests. We've got one in the Chinese community, Japanese community, Russian, Korean, and I think those are all the ones we've got the content. Oh, an Indonesian community as well. So do join those regional channels. You can find those links on our Discord as well, and you can find the details for those. You can join both the regional and the main contest as well. Oops. So just going to share a couple of these memes here from some folks. Stickers on the right. There's tons of them. Again, I can only select a handful, and there's no sound here. Just yeah, ridiculous the amount of creativity. And also there's a couple related meme and sticker contests, one from Fusion X and also one from Aurelius. Vias, did you guys end up running a meme or sticker contest in the Puff community? I want to make sure I don't miss a shout out here.
Yeah, we had a meme contest, but it wasn't around stickers. It was around other types of content. But these are all excellent, and we're very thankful that we'll be also judging all of these creative submissions by the people.
Yeah, and shout out to the judges. We've got the Aurelius intern in the audience there, Vias. We've got Haza, who's one of the other Puff OGs. Sean, who's here on the call as well. We've got a handful of others as well, including Mantle intern, our BD lead, and some other community members. All right, I'm going to continue through here. So just a quick update here on Chain Reaction. If you're not familiar, there's a $1 million MNT prize up for grabs in season 1 of the Mantle AI Fest, which is called Chain Reaction. This is our first quest series on layer 3, partnered with a handful of really amazing AI projects in the Mantle ecosystem to bring you a pretty straightforward quest campaign. You essentially earn tickets and participate by using the applications to earn those tickets, claim quests, and then those are converted potentially into a share of that MNT prize pool. So I'm going to pop up the AI Fest QR here. This will bring you to all of the blog details, or sorry, a blog with all of the details for the contest. But again, it's really simple. You can see on the right-hand side of the screen here. You essentially complete these quests, explore these different applications, learn about them, use them, and then earn MNT and additional ecosystem rewards for participating. And this ends on August 9th as well. So coming up on your last chance to get involved here. One more quick shout out here on the 1-year commemorative NFT mint. We had 8,799 who minted this NFT to celebrate our 1-year mark of the launch of mainnet. And the original prize pool was 17K MNT. We've got about 32K now because all of the fees were just sent back into the prize pool. So the prize pool has essentially doubled, and that will be distributed to 340 winners. And if you're a citizen and Mantle holder, you should now be able to claim the Mantle badge or Mantle sigil trait as a token of appreciation, but also just as a marker of your commitment to the ecosystem. This special trait can only be claimed if you were in the snapshot of holders from this last year. So do go and claim that. We can share the link here in just a moment, but that will be on the Mantle missions page. And one final shout out here, Mantle Summer Games. This is going to be on Discord. I can't say much about this now. There will be an announcement coming later this week. We're going to run some fun daily games, somewhat daily games. There will be a few a week where you can earn some prizes, including Citizens of Mantle NFTs and MNT. So the main thing here is to go and claim your roles on our guild. So that's guild.mantle.xyz. I'll pop this up here in case anybody needs it. But yeah, look out for an update here in the coming days. John, I'm going to hand over to you now for dev updates.
Hello, guys. Yeah, a couple of things I would like to highlight from our developer community. So first of all, it's the hackathon project that got our best NFT and game social track during ETH Prague. So Mario and I and the rest of the team were happy to kind of judge the submissions. And I think one of the highlights here is a Warhead. Warhead is a super interesting Pokemon Go type of game. It kind of mixes adventure with community rewards. The cool thing about it is that you can literally, for example, you want to do some event, right? You can choose a location on the map and have that location, like anyone with a wallet who is within that location can literally claim the airdrop from you. And there's multiple other features you can check out in the Devfolio page. So there's also like a P2P kind of player-to-player airdrop. You can airdrop your friend a location, I don't know, 1 kilometer away from here. And if he's there, then I don't know, he has to run there or get there somehow. I think it's a very interesting way to incentivize and kind of mix this adventure with rewards type of project. Check out the link. I think it's in the QR code on top left. So super excited to see what they build next. Next slide. And if you guys wanna based on the kind of research that L. Brian did, thank you. There's quite a few developers, or at least aspiring developers, in the community here. So I think one thing that I would like to highlight is Mantle Learn. It's our kind of a white label learning platform. So if you want to become a developer and build cool projects, just like we just seen with Warhead, participate in hackathons, maybe have an engineering job in the future, I think Mantle Learn is a very good place. You can check the link mantle.hackquest.io or scan the QR code. So basically, it's a series of very interesting challenges and ways for you to learn Solidity and how to kind of program dApps on the blockchain. So and be aligned with Mantle. So I think that's a very good place to learn. Please go check it out if you're interested. Next slide. And would like to also highlight a couple of events that you might have missed if you're a developer. First is the builder session on the left. We had a builder session last week with runtime verification, super nerdy. If you're interested, please go to check it out. It's in the link is there. Basically, I'll send also the links in the list in a bit. Then we also had the Wallet Connect workshop. So we started kind of a new developer series of live streamed workshops on Twitter. So we had our friends from Wallet Connect present and teach developers on how to use Wallet Connect on Mantle, as well as API 3, our Oracle friends. A lot of people, a lot of dApps on Mantle are using API 3 as their main Oracle. So we thought it was a good thing to have them kind of do a workshop on our community, with our community as well. Next slide. Yeah, and a couple of things that you do not want to miss if you're a developer. So API 3 Part 2 workshops, we have like, I don't know, 3 or 4 parts planned. So this is Part 2. They have tons of features. It's hard even to highlight in 4 parts. So the next one is going to be August 7th at 12 p.m. UTC on X. You can go check it out. There's also the Tenderly workshop. Tenderly is a kind of smart contract simulation tool. They help build everything with smart contracts and integrate it together. So August 20th at 3 p.m. UTC on X. And there's going to be many more next months and in the future. So follow 0x Mantle Devs. The QR code is on the top left. Yeah, that's it from me. And very quickly on the protocol side of things, most of the updates are regarding that we're basically doing a lot of research on how to be more aligned with kind of the OP stack, the Optimism superchain, as well as doing more and more research on ZK. So no kind of nothing I can share at the moment, but very soon you'll know. But thank you.
Yeah, I'll share an update on regarding FBTC, but I just want to add, like, regarding hackathons and events, we'll be also on ETH Warsaw a bit and more than a month from now. I'll be there, so if anybody wants to talk about Mantle network or our products, or build on Mantle, we'll be participating in the hackathon and giving out rewards. So yeah, just love to see you there. And then just a last update related FBTC. We launched our FBTC landing page. Actually, the FBTC team, not me, but yeah, we're supporting them. So fbtc.com. Also, the swap and bridge functionality already works, and the team is building out quite a lot of functionality and integrations, which are not yet ready to share. I think for the next meeting, next community town hall, we can share more. So yeah, just check it out. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Mario, and thank you, John, for all those updates. We are going to move to the next section of our town hall here, and we're going to invite Biggie, the Puff OG, and VS from the Puff community here to give us an intro and run through on what Puff is cooking. So I'm going to hand it over to you guys.
Yeah, thank you about that again, Brian. It's really a privilege to be here in front of everyone at Mantle. Most of you will know that Puff is the flagship meme coin on the Mantle chain, but Puff is much, much more than just a meme coin that combines DeFi with elements of game theory, which we've been doing ever since early March. It's also much, much more than a project with an impressive series of both on-chain and off-chain community products, which I personally have never seen anywhere else in crypto since I joined the space in 2016. And you can actually read all about that in our Gitbook, which we will be unveiling, interestingly enough, through an exciting treasure hunt in the next couple of days. So do join our Discord if you haven't been able to join yet, so as to participate in that and earn some Puff merch. But what I want to get at its core, Puff is a genuine crypto community, which has been forged through what I call dragon blood, dragon sweat, and dragon tears. We have faced the ups and downs since starting this journey in early March of this year, and united we stand and we keep marching on, unburdened by what has been. And indeed, Puff is a community that represents a force for good, and to me it symbolizes a beacon of hope and enlightenment in what is sadly still a dark, dark forest of crypto. And at Puff, there will always be a light on the end of the tunnel, and it's not a train, if you know what I mean. So if you ever feel alone in the dark forest, then you can join us. We do care about you. And in fact, I want to pass it to Biggie here, who also has a wonderful story to share, a recent story that speaks volumes, I think, about what Puff truly represents. Biggie, would you like to take over from here?
Yeah, absolutely. Hello, everyone, and thank you, VS. Absolute pleasure to be here today with the Mantle community. As VS mentioned, I am an OG guardian for the Puff community. There are a total of 12 OG guardians within Puff, or community managers is the term many may be more familiar with. And our role is really to help with everything from moderating to creative idea generation, community building, support ticket resolution, scam prevention. You name it, we do it. We really feel we are the heart and soul of the Puff community. So I'm here today representing the entire OG team. I say that because we are a team all with different skill sets, attributes, which have all contributed to the success within the Puff community. As many of you may know, Puff is a meme project within Mantle, as VS mentioned. It's led by Jordi Alexander and supported by VS and the OG team. and most importantly, our fantastic community. It's featured 6 different chapters, mini games along the way. The project is very much associated with METH, sort of as the backbone of the project, as it's been part of each of the 6 chapters along the way within the Puff journey, all now leading to a fantastic NFT collection, which we are in process of minting as we speak. And each of those NFTs have utility built into them, featuring a way for the community to earn Cook allocation. And now as we move through the Puff Dark Forest journey as it's themed and into the final chapter, number 6, and move toward what we're calling the ultimate decision, where Puff users can decide to either burn their Puff in exchange for a very generous Cook allocation, or choose to keep their Puff, hold it, and continue down the Puff journey. I also want to provide a brief overview of Puff, more so from a ground floor level, deeply entrenched as an OG on a daily basis within the Puff Discord and Telegram respective communities. VS and the OGs have had the pleasure of serving the community for about 4 months now since inception. And yes, Puff is a meme token, or within the community, we like to call it meme 2.0. From my perspective, what makes Puff stand out from the rest of the community, the crypto market, is our community, the bonds, the friendships, the trust, the unique community we all share. The community and the OGs partnering together with VS, we've built something different that I believe you don't find anywhere else in crypto. And we're proud to say that we brought this to the Mantle ecosystem. The Puff project has helped onboard, I would guess, thousands of new users into the Mantle ecosystem. We think it's been quite significant, and we believe it's part of the reason why Puff has been selected to receive a major Cook allocation for season 1. Since creation, Puff has brought in about 14,000 members into the Puff Discord, about 3,500 additional into our Puff Telegram platform, many of which now I believe are part of the Mantle ecosystem as either Puff or METH holders. And I include myself in that stat. Even prior to Puff, even being in crypto focused, I had nothing to do with Mantle prior to Puff. And now I'm a huge believer in the ecosystem and am here to stay. I think it's even more special. We've been able to maintain these numbers and grow over the last 4 months, and we think we can continue to do that. It's a very unique meme project. And as you know, many meme projects are created. They don't stick around very long. Only the special ones survive and thrive. And I think we've accomplished this by generating lots of fun community building events within Puff. Just to name a few, we've had several Puff poker tournaments with cash prizes, official Puff merch. We've had meme contests. We've even created live game shows events for our members to play. So we are community strong and focused, and that is what crypto needs more of moving forward. We feel we've kind of created a blueprint on how it's done. Even at 14,000 Discord members, many know each other well. Recent example of how bonded the community is, just 2 days ago, we had a Discord member named Ben, unfortunately fell victim to a scam where he clicked on a link, his entire Puff holding was drained. And let me tell you, Ben was completely gutted. It was around 7,000 Puff that he had lost. Now, for many, that may not be much. It's around $700 worth of Puff, but for Ben, it was just about everything he had to his name. He had reached out to the OGs. We started a rescue fund and asked the community for support. And within 90 minutes, over 40 different Puff member contributions donated to Ben. We reached 7,000 donated Puff and sent it all back to him. And I can't tell you how blown away he was to experience this kind of supportive, caring community. As Via said, most in crypto are used to the opposite. So just wanted to highlight all this. I feel it's an important factor when describing Puff. It's a thriving meme token project. It's the flagship meme project within the Mantle ecosystem. And even though the chapter storyline is now coming close to an end, Puff is here to stay. And I think there are a lot of future exciting developments in store for Puff that Vias will talk to you all about today. And we invite and hope many of you who are listening here today at the town hall who are not part of the Puff community to come over and join the fun. So I want to pass it back to Vias now to briefly talk more about Puff's connection to Mantle. We'll also review the designated Cook allocation, in relation to Puff and walk you through this in a little bit more detail. And finally, talk about what's next for Puff to come. Yes?
Yeah. Next slide, please, Brian. And Biggie just hit everything on the nail over there. So great job, Biggie. Puff is not just a standalone project. We are proud and an active member of the broader Mantle community. Like Mantle, we do share a commitment to building a strong and inclusive community. We have and we do continue to engage in different collaborative initiatives that support other projects of Mantle. And we do also celebrate the collective achievements of the Mantle network, like Cook, for example. We are proud to serve as judges, as we mentioned earlier. We're also going to be hosting a series of DeFi masterclass sessions with key Mantle protocols to promote a safer and an educated experience among users, ensuring that people don't borrow when the utilization ratio is 99% or get scammed by bad actors. You know what I mean? And moreover, like Mantle, we are driven by a passion for innovation. Just a visit to our websites, our Discord, our socials, and some of the things that Biggie mentioned earlier. And if you look at our upcoming Gitbook that I mentioned, you will be convinced that we are very innovative and that we continuously explore new ideas and technologies. We even have an AI image generation, which we use to generate these wonderful images that you see in the deck. We also created an AI agent, which you can go in and chat with and ask questions about Puff. And we're all very proud about all of these products, off-chain products, but also on-chain products that we're creating and just pushing the boundaries of what's possible in the crypto community. And to sum up, as I teach my university students, because I'm also a university professor, among other things, products can succeed based on their utility, their innovation, and their ability to solve real problems. However, having a loyal community and a following can significantly enhance your product's success, especially in community-driven and consumer-focused markets, which is exactly where we all are here in crypto. And so one of Puff's missions is to bring people to Mantle, to educate them on the wonderful and innovative yield-bearing native products the chain has been building. And I think we have onboarded thousands of new users to the Mantle L2 network. Like Biggie mentioned before, we have about 14,000 people in our Discord. Many of them have never been before at Mantle, and we had to train them on how to bridge their funds and how to get meth and Puff and so on and so forth. And I think it is for these reasons that Mantle was very kind and generous to allocate a substantial portion of the Cook token to us, which Biggie perhaps can speak a little bit more about the allocation now.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a quick season 1 allocation update. If you can take a look at that slide up on the top right corner, I'll be focusing more on the Puff allocation side. So you can see there's 5 billion tokens for season 1 allocated. The Puff project are receiving a total of about 40% of that allocation. So outside of a way to be able to earn Cook allocation that was spoke about earlier with the Metamorphosis and the Mantle Reward Station, there will be 5% distributed to Puff, as I mentioned in that ultimate decision. The ability or the option to choose to burn your Puff tokens for an allocation on the Cook side is where the 5% is coming from. So it's still plenty of time to do that. If you want to find another method of being able to gain Cook allocation, you can come over to Puff. We haven't reached the ultimate decision yet, probably a week or two away from that. So have the ability to purchase some Puff tokens, come over, be part of the ultimate decision. And if you choose to burn them for Cook, you'll be part of that 5% allocation. And also, as I spoke about regarding the Puff NFTs, there's another 1% there, which are still available to mint. So that's another way that you can come into the season 1 allocation schedule through the Puff side of the project. And below that is just a brief understanding of the vesting schedule. So as you see for Puff, the 5% allocation, as I just spoke about, the first 50% of that will be released at the token generation event, which looks like it should be scheduled for around the October timeframe. And then the remaining 25% will be awarded to you 3 months after the TGE, and then the remaining 25% awarded to you 3 months after that. So a total of 6 months in the vesting period. And for the Puff NFTs, the 1% allocation, if you are a Puff NFT holder, that will vest linearly over a period of 12 months. So let's just say, as an example, your NFT is awarding you with 1,200 Cook token allocation. So they will vest equally across 12 months. So each month you would receive or unlock 100 Cook tokens, assuming you were awarded 1,200 for your NFT. So each month, 100, the following month, 100, third month, 100, straight through the completion of the 12-month time frame. So just a quick overview of that. It's another opportunity outside of the Metamorphosis and the Mantle Reward Station methods to come into the Puff community and earn an allocation for the upcoming Cook launch, which I think is going to be a fantastic low float, high FDV token. And we're excited about that over at Puff. Pass it back to VS, talk to you a little bit more about what's coming up for Puff and what's in store for the community there.
Yeah, and we do have several exciting things coming up. As Biggie mentioned earlier, we are in the process of minting our 8,888 Puff Dragon NFTs. Users were able to mint quite impressive variety of classic NFTs and a small number of legendaries. Some alpha for those that are tuning in is that we're going to have a second mint at a preset time featuring more classic and legendary NFTs that people will be able to get. So far, the whitelisting criteria was 2 potions, whereas for the second mint, it will be for 1 potion. So even if you've been with us for a relatively recent amount of time, you'll be able to mint something. And if unfortunately you were not able to be with us, then you will be able to get your hands on those NFTs in a marketplace, which I believe already some people are listing their NFTs. Looking at the next week, we are going to have the Chapter 6 Puff Drop, which is the last Puff Drop that we will be airdropping to people. That will be an airdrop for 25 million Puff. 21 million will go to potion holders and 4 million will go to vials. And there will be a community multiplier applied based on the wallet history, the number of potions you have, and your buy-sell history. Third, we're going to work very hard, and we actually are almost finishing up, adding a very cool feature to the Puff token and building extra utility for it, apart from just using it to get a good entry price for Cook. You can. We're trying to integrate Puff with the meth lab, where Puff originated, and the plan is to use Puff as collateral to borrow meth in a liquidation-free, Oracle-less lending and borrowing fashion that the meth lab can allow, which enables fixed rate and fixed term positions. And we will be talking more about that in the coming days, and we're going to have a DeFi masterclass surrounding that as well. And finally, the thing that everybody is looking forward to is the ultimate decision, which I believe should be coming in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for more time updates. But in true game theory fashion, users will be able to choose one of 2 choices. You will either be able to burn a portion of your Puff for what we call acid, which is our version of powder, and from there it will be converted to Cook upon TGE. So that's one option. And the second option will be just to keep your Puff and see how deep the Dragon Hole really goes. And one extra piece of alpha on this process is that there will be a timer, and the sooner a user burns their Puff for acid, the higher the multiplier they will receive will be. So a user that burns their Puff immediately will receive more than a user that burns the same amount of puff at the very, very end. And that's going to be a very interesting dynamic to look forward to. Apart from the fact that puff will be burned for cook, we're also taking a very, I would say, a somewhat aggressive approach to reducing the circulating and total supply of puff by locking up 300 million puff, which is about 33% of the supply. And we'll also be doing some burns of some unclaimed airdrops. So I think all of these things will be very bullish for the token. And the last thing that I want to say before I leave you guys is that Puff is here to stay. The community is here to stay. There are many exciting things to look forward to in the near and distant future. As you can see, again, with what we've done in the Discord, Puff, I do think, is a beacon of hope, and we will continue to light up and safely shepherd people through the dark forest of crypto, like the image here shows, with Puff holding the candle. And again, a shout out to the very big community of Puff. I've been seeing your comments here in the chat, so thank you all for being here. And to anyone considering joining our altruistic community of innovation, nobility, and gain, if you have any questions, then feel free to reach out in the Discord. My DMs are always open. The OGs are always there to help as well. And together, I think we are a very strong force for good. And again, thank you all for listening to us and participating in the journey. Brian, I give it back to you.
Thank you, Biggie. Thank you, Vias. Honestly, yeah, that got me pumped up there at the end. Thank you for building such an incredible community. But also, I mean, it's just displayed here with Biggie joining us today. It's like having somebody from the community who's made their way into this OG status and then here representing live on this town hall. I think that journey alone says a lot. And also just the excitement for in the chat that we've got here. So it's incredible what you guys have built, and I'm super excited to see what you have coming. And for anybody who wasn't listening closely, I'm sorry you missed the alpha. I guess you can go back and listen to the recording here in a minute. But yeah, thanks again to both of you for joining. And I posted the Discord link there in the chat as well. So do go follow Puff. There's a QR code in the top left-hand corner, and you can also join their Discord by clicking the link in the chat. All right, let's just keep moving here. It looks like we're pretty much on time. Sean, I'm going to hand it over to you for our big announcement.
All right, guys, without further ado, it's rewards time. I want you guys to be spamming in the chat, rewards time. I'm honored to be here to review the much anticipated winners of our Mantle Swag Design Challenge. And I repeat, in just a couple of moments, we'll be announcing our winners for the Mantle Swag Design Challenge. But before that, let's take a little recap into what transpired into this Mantle Swag Design Challenge as an open call initiative. So next, please. Next slide, please. All right. So it really was a team conversation surrounding, what would be our next swag design, right? And the question popped up. We were thinking, why not create an opportunity for the community where they could contribute in some ways and they could get rewarded for it, right? And we know we have tons of talented people in the community as well. We wanted to be a little bit more fun and interactive. And how cool would it be if Mantle Swag was by the community for the community, right? So we eventually landed in this idea, which is Mantle Swag Design Challenge. And ever since then, we've concluded it. We've received a total of over 100 artwork submissions over a span of 6 weeks. And just today, we just want to take some time to say a big thank you to everyone who showed up and actually supported your friends, or just splash your creativity into our ecosystem as well. We also want to say it was a huge pleasure and a huge shout out to our artist advocates, such as Omakase, TC, Unheard, and Rigid. You guys may have heard of them as like artist communities and artist leaders as well. They're pushing for the boundaries, right, and creating more opportunities for artists in the space. These artist advocates were actually part of our co-marketing process for the Swag Design Challenge, and a lot of like their network of artists actually participated in this challenge. So very grateful for them, and they also participated in our judging process. So with the 3 outline teams that we announced initially, which was DeFi, Paradise, Math, and ETH, or last but not least, anything that's Mantle ecosystem in general, right? We received a ton of submissions. We filtered them through, and based on 3 judging criteria, based on originality and creativity, that's the first one. The second one was based on how closely related it was to our 3 outline themes. And the third was design quality in general, right? Looking at how these would appear on different swag items as well, and see, you know, how cool would it be, right? So we have the price that was stipulated, right, in our blog announcement when we first announced this, to be that we'll be selecting 3 winners, right? And you can see in the GIF here are all submissions. So we'll be selecting 3 winners, right, in no particular order, and all of them will actually receive 1,000 USDC each. So I want some drum rolls in the chat right now as well. We're gonna be revealing our winners in the next few slides, and in no particular order. First up, we have, next slide, please. Sorry, Brian, I think maybe you want to refresh. I think there was some updates of it. Otherwise, I could use this, it's fine. Is it possible to do a refresh of the slides? Or we could use this.
Yeah, one sec, let me just refresh.
Yeah, let me see if it. All right, the suspense. We're really building the suspense here. And in terms of going to the next slide, we actually did up a sleek design in terms of introducing the submissions that we had.
All right, you ready, Sean? Are we ready to go to the
All
next
right. Yes, we are. Let's do it.
Okay.
Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. All right, and the first one in no particular order, we have Mantle Candy by Wops. Right, I think this design itself, just want to comment a little bit on it. I think it's really fun and really cute as well. We have a lot of like basically our CMath logo coming out of this Mantle Candy pack, right? And all of them are actually appearing as candy itself. I think this is a very fun take of our Mantle ecosystem. And as we go through, you know, all of the other kind of artworks as well, I do want everyone to kind of take note and keep this in mind, that all of the artworks here are primarily considered for t-shirt production, but it's not just limited for t-shirt production. We are actually thinking of how we can actually use this design and what is it best suited for in terms of would it be better on like a tote bag, or socks, or stickers, or any other kind of things that we're thinking about in the next line of production. So it is not just limited to t-shirt production, but primarily for that. So next winner, please. And the next one, we have something that's inspired by our Citizens of Mantle by Neo Lawler, right? I think this was pretty popular. If you guys like anime as well, IP inspired, this is basically inspired by Citizens of Mantle. And I think we can see where all of like the artwork is coming from and where the creativity flow for this would be. And last but not least, the next winner, please. We also have Mantle Synergy by Cozy. This is something that, you know, I think it was kind of a synergistic design between Math itself as well as the Mantle logo, and trying to integrate them seamlessly together into one itself. And I just want to take a pause here. If you guys think that's all, that's not it, right? That's not all the rewards that we are giving out. So as we are actually filtering through all of the submissions that we've had, you know, narrowing down from 100 of submissions to final 3, we actually made an ad hoc decision to award an additional submission as an honorable mention, right? And we were like, nah, even though this wasn't like the top 3 voted, we can't leave this out, right? So I just want to review this honorable mention submission. This is something that we want to award and recognize like the wittiness of our community as well. Next, please. And this is the honorable mention. We have a Yu-Gi-Oh inspired artwork. I'm not sure how many Yu-Gi-Oh fans there are in the chat right now, but basically a spell card and a trap card, kind of like facing off each other. We have this done by ADM or Kokolodon, and they will be receiving 500 USDC as an honorable mention. We'll be reaching out to all the winners on next steps via Twitter. And as mentioned, right, this design, we were actually thinking about it, and the reason why we want to award honorable mention is like there's no way we can't have this on a Mantle swag, right? So as once again, we want to thank everyone that participated, and we would love to see you guys and all our talents in the next one as well. At this moment, if you guys have any questions in terms of, hey, how can we get our hands on the swag? When will these be produced, for which events? My answer to you is we don't know. You guys won't know either. So the only way for you guys to actually get your hands on this swag, you know, in terms of like, you know, which one will be produced for which next big event, the only way is to stock us at every single event, right? Stock us at every single event, stock us at our booth. To basically collect them all, right? And we'll see you guys in real life. We'll see you guys in the next competition and also in the next challenge. That's all from me. Thanks, guys.
All right, we're almost exactly on time. Congratulations to all of those winners. And congratulations to everybody else who submitted a design as well. I saw a ton of great ones in there that would love to see on swag one day, and maybe one day, who knows. But congrats to those winners. Can't wait to get one of those shirts or one of those hats, whatever they end up printed on. Thank you so much to all of our speakers here, Mario, John, Biggie, Vias, Sean. Thank you all for participating here. Thanks to the Puff community and to the Mantle community, everybody for jumping into this event, participating in the chat, but also just for being part of the Mantle community. And I want to encourage you all to go join the Puff channels one more time. Also join the Mantle Discord channels, where we can direct you to the plethora of activities that are going on. July has been incredibly busy, especially if you like rewards. There's literally hundreds of millions of tokens up for grabs right now. So please do join us in the channels. I'll do a final post of those in the chat, and then we're going to close out. Thank you again, everybody, for joining. I've forgotten one thing. Guys. I forgot the password for Questin. Thanks to everybody who was waiting so patiently. Okay, all right. So the password is, and this is, I'm going to post the link here for Questin if you want to claim your NFT for this event, if you want to show your loyalty to the Mantle Town Hall events, if you want to claim the 4th out of the only 4 that are available so far, the password is LOCKMNT. It's all caps, no spaces. That's LOCKMNT. One more time, that's LOCKMNT, all caps, LOCMNT. And I just posted the link there, but it's already gotten swallowed up by the chat, so I'm going to post it one more time. Can't believe I almost forgot that, guys. All right. Yes, you guys are locked in. I love it. All right, thanks, everybody. We'll see you in the channels. Thanks, Biggie. Thanks, John. Thanks, Vias, Mario, and Sean.